Hi, friends. As always, thank you for coming to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. I am doing great. I was away for a while due to my work schedule. So, for everyone who checked in, thank you. I hope all you standards are doing great. I know the journey is hard. I know it's a roller coaster ride as well, but I am a living testament that it is well worth the ride. Now, many of you may be facing blame from your spouse. They may say it's your fault the marriage fell apart, it's your fault they cheated on you, it's your fault they left. Let me tell you, that's the devil talking. I went through the same thing. My husband put all the blame on me. Then I heard constantly he wanted a divorce. Talk about mental and emotional abuse. Sometimes that is just as bad as physical abuse, if not worse. See, that's why you have to have strong faith because God will tell you what they are dealing with has nothing to do with you. They are dealing with their own demons and they need to blame someone to help them feel better. Remember, your spouse's actions, attitudes, and behaviors are their responsibility and not a reflection of your worth. If your spouse is dealing with personal issues such as mental health problems, addiction, or unresolved trauma, their struggle will haunt them until they seek help. This is why you should not take what they're trying to blame on you personally. This is the perfect time to pray harder for them. You can't change them. They have to change for themselves. But you can pray for them, ask God to heal them, and more than anything, it is important for you to forgive them. Forgiving them helps relieve you from stress. Notice I said some stress because when you haven't fully let go and let God, it will still affect you. Stop holding on to what they are telling you. You know who you are. You are strong and you are a child of God. God has a purpose for us all. We are not supposed to judge or put blame on others. So, to help you to be stress free, know that God knows your heart. The devil has a hold on your spouse. He wants them to pull all the blame on you. But God says you're standing still so he can fight your battles. Let them say what they want. You know who you are, and you know you are a child of God. Now, yes, I will admit it hurts when they blame you for everything. Yes, they are trying to break you down emotionally and mentally. But keep praying because God is stronger. Remember, the devil is a liar. You cannot believe anything he says or does. Your spouse needs your prayers right now. Stop feeling down. You are never alone when God is ahead of your life. Sometimes the blame is put on us because of their insecurities, their lack of judgment, their guilty conscience. Are we perfect? No, not at all. But we know in a marriage or commitment, things are supposed to be 50-50. So pointing fingers instead of trying to work through the problem or trying to find solutions is just an easy way out. Let's not give the devil that control. James chapter 4 verses 7 states, "Submit yourselves therefore to God. Resist the devil and he will flee from you." I will say it again. Keep praying. Don't stop. If your spouse is blaming you, saying it is all your fault, listen, I was told plenty of times by my husband that he wasn't in love with me anymore. He wanted a divorce. He wished we had never even met. The list goes on. I didn't give up. Before I started standing, those words really hurt. My feelings and my heart was shattered. But when I let go fully and let God in, those same words didn't affect me the same. The blame was shielded by God through my prayers. I began to let go and let God. When I tell you God is a God of promise, my whole world changed, and so did my husband's. He had no idea I was praying for him. While I was praying for him, God was working on him. My husband began talking about our future plans together. Mind you, he was in his own place by now. We started hanging out a little bit more. He started coming over and spending a few nights with me. This was in the beginning. And that was just the beginning. God was working and I had no idea. And my husband didn't even know I was praying for him. And through all of that, he began to get closer to God, not even knowing I was praying for him. That's when I knew my prayers was working. God was listening and he heard me. James 1 verses 3 states, knowing that the testing of your faith produces patience. God gives us tests to see if we are really ready to handle the blessings we are asking for. Will you be ready for your spouse's return? How will you react? Will you in return start blaming your spouse for leaving you? Will you be bitter or will you embrace them with open arms? Are you willing to forgive and forget? See, these are some questions I want you to ask yourself. This is in preparation. When you allow God to lead, He will expect you to follow His commands. You will have to forgive your spouse. You will have to leave the bitterness behind. You will have to open your heart. Of course, He wants you to be wise. You may guard your heart and mind, but use it wisely. If you're not able to or may not even feel comfortable, get a picture of your spouse, put it under your pillow, and pray over them because you may not feel comfortable praying over them in their presence. Remember, we want to do all of this talking to God and letting God lead us, behind closed doors because I'm be honest, your spouse will not understand. They're going to call you crazy. To avoid all of that, just go ahead and do it while they're not paying attention. Catch them off guard. Ask God for what you want from your spouse. If you want them to have a change of heart, ask God to give it to them. Ask God exactly for what it is you want from Him, for yourself and your spouse. God says, ask and you shall receive. You see, there is power in prayer. So when you are faced with the blame game, you are well prepared to pray and resist the devil. Remember, the devil is a liar. Being a standard is not an easy journey. You have to be ready for the battles, but with God, you will conquer them. Please remember, it all takes time. You don't want to rush the process. Rushing it will not give you guaranteed results. God has perfect timing, never early and never late. God is never in a hurry, but He is always on time. So if you decided to keep standing, will there be times you question yourself? Is it worth it? Yes. Will there be times you ask God, why me? Yes. But you can do it. You're going to ask, can I do it? Yes, you can. I am here to tell you, keep trusting God. Also, remember, it's not you, it's them. They have to deal with their own struggles. Their struggles are not yours, and you didn't cause or influence their choices or decisions. They did. Well, until next time, stay blessed and keep praying. Thank you as always.